Okay, now we've got the slug trail. We are just going to make two backgrounds for our game. So the slug has to stay on the path, otherwise a horrible noise sounds. And to do that, we make the horrible noise sound when the slug touches the color of the background and not the path. So we have to click over here on the stage menu, and we have one backdrop at the moment which is white. So over here in these three tabs we have to click backdrops, and first of all we're going to make a color for our backdrop by drawing a big green square. I'm going to have green. You can have any color you want. Now my square has got a thin black line around it, which I don't really want. So I'm going to press the delete key on the keyboard to make that go away. I could also use undo. I'm going to click on the outline and press this button here. That means there's going to be no outline. So I've got my square. I'm going to draw a nice big green square. Then I'm going to stretch it out so there's no edges. It's just the whole screen. It's completely green. There we go. Now I'm going to draw the path for the slug to go around. So I'm going to take my paintbrush and change the color to some sort of yellow color, for example. Then I'm going to change the brush so it's nice and big. Now the first level is going to be easy, so I'm going to go straight to 100 for the brush. That's the biggest it can go. And I'm going to draw a nice big easy path, maybe a little curve there, and try and make it as big and easy as possible. There we go, like that. Now you can see already that this slug is not going to be able to go on this path, so we are going to make him smaller. So I've clicked on the slug now, and it's gone away from the stage menu. It's over here on the sprite menu, and it's on costumes and not code. So here's the code and here's the costumes. So that's where we are. And I'm going to change here in the size. I'll try 50%. Still too big, so maybe 35%. Now he looks like he'll maybe fit on the path. I might end up making him even smaller. He looks pretty good. It might be hard to keep him on the path going around those corners. So I think I'll make him even smaller. Maybe 30. You can experiment with your slug. So now my slug is going around the path. But I need at some point in the game to be able to change the backdrop to a more difficult one. So I'm going back over here to the stage, hover my mouse over the backdrop button and go up to the paint button. And you can see over here we've added a new backdrop, which is just blank. So I want the background has to be the exact same color as I had on this backdrop. So I'm going to use the square tool, and I'm going to use the eyedropper tool. The way this works is it picks up the color that you click on. So I need to go back to this backdrop over here, select the dropper tool, hover it over somewhere nice and green for the background, and I'll have exactly the same color here. Then I can go to this backdrop, draw my nice big square, stretch it out, fill up the whole screen. Then I can go back to this backdrop in my fill menu, pick up the dropper tool and go over the yellow for the path. So then I can go back to this backdrop and use the paintbrush. And maybe I'll make it a little bit thinner. And I can make my path more difficult to get round to make the game more exciting. So now I have my two backdrops. Well, my numbers have gone funny, but backdrop 1 and backdrop 2. Easy one and a hard one. And the background has to be the same color.